Hello, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be going through and I'm going to be showing you all the palettes that I pulled out to put in my drawers for fall that I haven't gotten to use because I was having complications with my pregnancy and then just had a baby. So haven't gotten to use these. My cat is literally right by the camera and he insists on touching it. So yeah, we're going to go through disclaimer. Let me move his feet over. You can use these palettes any time of the year. There's just certain color stories that I'm more drawn to during fall, winter, so on and so forth. So yeah, this is just what I happen to like to use during the fall, but you can use these anytime. So yeah, we're just gonna go through and look at my fall palette. You can kind of see my cat there. I apologize. This top drawer pretty much stays the same. There's like 2 palettes that I added for fall, and then everything else is in this drawer. This has my Kaleidos palettes, Melt, my Dominique Cosmetic palettes. Like those stay in this drawer all the time. Charlie, put your feet down. But I'll show you the one Melt palette that is in here all the time, but I like to use it during the fall, and then I'll show you the other 2. So we'll start with Gemini. I do have Smoke Show, and I believe that that is in a different drawer. And then the baby is next to me, so we're going to try and get... So, this is a grungy... I like grungy tones all the time, but the greens and the browns definitely fall-y vibe. So, even though this is in the drawer all the time, I do like to use that palette during the fall. I put this one in to try. This looked very fall-esque. I got this from Tribe... my Tribe Beauty box. This is from Spoiled Lips. It's fine. I've used their stuff before. My cat is just determined to move the camera. And I'm trying to put it where you can't see him. He's like insisting on laying on the chair that I have you propped up on. Anyway, this, I did cancel my Tribe subscription, but I have used their palettes before. I know when I did the unboxing for this, I couldn't remember, but their formula's fine. But yeah, this looked very fall-esque. It's fine. I don't know. What is this even called? It's just Day Trip, but it looked very fall-esque to me. So I had it in here to try. I did try it. It's fine. I will probably give this to my daughter. I think I'm going to leave it out because that, I think, can go. And then my Venus 2, I like during the fall. Again, it's grungy. My cat, I swear, hates me. Charlie! Move your feet. So Venus 2, definitely like during the fall. So that is not normally in this drawer. I poked it in here because space is an issue for me. But I am going to try and move all of my palettes onto this cart and then out of these drawers. So maybe that'll be a little bit better. Moving on to the next drawer. This drawer also pretty much stays the same. I have my Friendcation palette in here just because this is an easy like date night makeup look. I did use this, the one of the 2 times I wore makeup, I did use that, but Naked Heat is in here and I like this during the fall. My Naked palettes stay in this drawer all the time. She's like tired, but not tired. So yeah, my little color pop palettes are always in here. My little Huda Beauty palettes are always in here. My Topaz Obsession obviously is one that I like during the fall. So this drawer is also one that stays the same. I have my Wild West palette that I got on sale and then I've never used it. But Smoke Show is in here, which is another fall and winter palette just because of the greens and the grungy tones. But yeah, this is the other drawer that pretty much most of these things stay. Aside from this is not usually in this drawer, but my little Natasha Denona minis are in here. And so let's move down to the ones that, okay, now we're getting into the ones where I've actually added palettes. I apologize for my cat, and then my cat, hairy cat cushion. He's just determined move that closer. He's just determined to be in the camera. So we have from Juvia's Place, The Tribe, and they discontinued this palette, and I don't know why, but definitely Halloween-y, fall palette that I like. And then I did actually use a little bit out of this when I did my eyes for Halloween. I used this pressed glitter and a little bit of that orange to blend. I wore just a pumpkin sweatshirt, so I just did orange and a little bit of green. But again, this is a palette that I bought primarily for fall because I like oranges. And then the other one that I got because they were a good deal is the pink one, but that's not necessarily fall related. I put this in here because I have not used this. This is Chase Your Dreams from Sydney Grace, and it is a very fall color story. Never used this palette. This was a free gift with purchase when I got her Enchanted Love palette, I think is what it's called. So yeah, but I've never used this. I was hoping to get to it this fall, and that did not happen. I have my Goddess palette from Alter Ego. Nice fall leaves. The other Juvia's Place palettes, I have the Festival, which I like for, you know, October-esque pumpkin-y makeup. The Warrior palette I got off of Poshmark. I've never used this, but I was planning on using it this fall. This, I think I'll keep for like, would be a good winter-esque palette. Again, another Autumn Leaf color story. Nubian 2. Just, oh, and my Nomad. I was going to really try and use this more to see how I feel, because I'm on the fence whether or not I like this. Yeah, I didn't get to use any of this. My Through Your Eyes from ColourPop for me is a good fall winter color story. Book of Shadows from Beauty Bay. This is more winter-esque, but I've been wanting to use this. I wanted to use the neutrals up here, so that's why I left it in the drawer. The Magic Mini. Was hoping to get to. Have not. I have my single palette in here with my Sydney Grace shadows. The Ace Beauté Vintage Dawn. Haven't actually used that yet. Was hoping to get to that. And then, you know, my Soph palettes. I have Extra Spice, which I really like during the fall. Again, very fall leaf vibes. The original Soph palette is very all year, but, you know, you've got the greens and the browns that I like to use during autumn. And then I do have her new palette, which I kept with the other two just because I've only used this 1 or 2 times, I believe. Okay. So I'm going to put these back and then we'll move on to this. So we got 2 drawers left. Miss Emma wants to make noise as soon as I'm ready to go. If you want to see the baby, I just filmed a update video. If you want to see her, that'll be up before this. But anyways, moving along. I have my Beetlejuice palette. So there's the Recently Deceased. I keep them in the boxes. I probably don't need to because the packaging on these is so much cooler. So there's the Recently Deceased. My husband got me these last year. There's the purple palette. I probably could, I have my PR box still, so I could probably not put them in, keep them in the box and put the boxes in with that. But anyways, and then I have the Waiting Room palette. He got me the whole collection. So I have the lipsticks, the liners, the whole, this, you know, red, gray color story. I haven't used these as much as I would like to. So I was really hoping to get some, you know, looks with these for the channel for October. And then again, that didn't happen. The Venus Immortalis palette, I like fall and winter. This is also a very winter color story for me. So I should still want to use that coming up. The Oceanic palette I just got this as an add-on from BoxyCharm and I haven't used it. And I do like greens and blues around more winter. So this is moving into winter palette, which is good because that's where we're headed since I missed fall. I have my Blueberry Muffin palette in here. I think I used this once. And then I have Avocado Toast from BH, and I've never used this. So that's why these are both in here, because I haven't really used them. And then I have my Moonspell palette from Lunar Beauty. Really nice, like purple green. I wasn't so much drawn to the new one, so I don't think I'll pick that up. If I do, it'll be like next year if it's still available. And then I have I have Gingerbread Spice and Pumpkin Spice from Too Faced in this drawer. I won't open those, they're very neutral. From ABH, I have the Prism palette. I left out Jackie Ina's. This is more of a winter palette for me. And then Subculture, which I haven't really used Subculture, but again, the grungy tones of this is very fall for me. I bought Subculture and Prism used, if you're wondering why they look like they've been used and I haven't really used them. I bought them used on Poshmark. So again, I'm going to put these back and we'll move on. It's like Tetris with these drawers because my space is so limited, and then trying to get these drawers out is horrible. Okay, so we're down to the bottom drawer. So I have my Black Moon Cosmetics. I forgot the name of the brand. I have the Orb of Light. It's one of their full moon palettes. This is an all matte palette, but very fall leaves, neutral with kind of a twist palette. And then I like to pair it with the Urban Myth that I got last October that I really, really like. And you've got some mattes and some shimmers, so I like using these two palettes together. I'm one of those weird people with my OCD where if I have several palettes from the same brand, I like to use brands together just because I feel like there's less of an issue with formulas not interacting. But I have my Misunderstood, my Villain palette that I actually repurchased. It was on sale on ColourPop's website. I had given it to my friend and then missed it, so I rebought it when they were bringing back some of their palettes they were about to get rid of. So I have the Villains, which is primarily shimmer because I feel like the 5 mattes that are in here are kind of odd. You have these and then a white and then all, but so this is more of a companion palette, which I've gotten out of just using one palette, so that doesn't bother me as much as it used to. The Gather Round Sisters from ColourPop. This was their Hocus Pocus palette from last year. They did bring this back, and it is still available if you weren't able to get it last year and you wanted it. It is still available on Ulta and ColourPop's website as of right now when I'm filming this. So if you did want to pick this up, I like it. I don't mind it. I like this kind of grungy color story. A lot of people weren't super happy, and then the launch was a giant debacle, but I am glad that they brought it back and gave people a chance to get it, because like I said, I like it. It's not the end all be all. Could they have made it better? Probably, but I won't get rid of it. And then I did pick up the one from this year. I haven't used it. I did get my daughter one too, so she has her own, my oldest. But this is what it looks like. I never even took it out of the box. I literally just took it and shoved it in the drawer. That's cute. There is a mirror in here, and then this is what the inside looks like. There's a little bit of a mark in there, but I think that's just from shipping because, yeah, I've never actually taken this out of the box. So I have both. I wasn't sure if I was going to get it. I wasn't super drawn to this color story like I was the other one. And then I think I was kind of over it after the mess with the launch last year, but they had way more palettes. It wasn't an issue. I got this way after launch, and there's still it's still available, so I decided to pick it up since I had the other one. And then I have my Shroud Arcana palette, which I did compare the Hocus Pocus palette to this. I like this a lot. This is super pigmented compared to the ColourPop one. So if you're drawn to this color story and you're willing to spend a little bit more, definitely go through Shroud. But yeah, I like this one too. My little Too Faced Hot Buttered Rum. This was one of their holiday palettes 2 years ago. Fall Leaves. This color story looks like BH released their Citrine palette for November, their Birthstone palette. It's a larger version of this color story is what the palette looks like. So definitely don't need to get that. My birthday is the 6th. So I was like, oh, should I get it? And I was like, that looks like the Hot Buttered Rum palette. So I guess I don't need that palette. Which is probably good because I've got a bunch of palettes in here that I've not used. I have my 4 from Pinky Rose that I got from BoxyCharm just because I haven't used them. So these, I showed these in a video. I've got, you know, the Exotic Peacock, which is purple. I don't know, the 80s Baby. I can't tell you what the inside of these other two looks like. There's Bright Lights and Center Stage. But these are in here because I have not used them yet. Not necessarily because they're fall palettes. And Me, Myself, and Mitchell from Beauty Bay. There's that side. And then this side. There's just a lot you can do with this palette. And the shimmers are really nice. So I pulled this out. And then I have my other 2 Pumpkin Spice palettes from Too Faced. From their past years with QVC. And then my Morphe, the Boss Mood 35M. This is the green grungy palette from Morphe. So yeah, that is everything. Let me know what you guys thought of the palettes that I chose to bring out for fall. If you want to see me organize this, I can try and film that. Maybe do it next week. I hope everybody is doing well. Hopefully this wasn't too boring. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you in another video very, very soon. Bye, everybody.